Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of our video series, doing a crafter square crochet kit that I got from the Dollar Tree for lefties. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So we are going to be continuing the dinosaur. We already have completed the head and the body, and we're going to be heading over to steps 3. In this video, I am hoping to do the whole thing and assembly, but if not, we're just going to do 3 through 6, and then we'll do the assembly in part 3, but we'll see how it goes. So if you would like to speed up or slow down the video, click on that gear button on the corner of the screen. There's a playback option to speed up or slow down the video. And then of course we have the closed caption button, CC button, and it'll scroll the what I'm saying at the bottom of the screen, and you can always lower the volume if my voice is just a little irritating. Sometimes, depending on the day of time of the day that I'm filming, my voice cracks and it just sounds so horrible. I never leave voicemails for that particular reason, and my voice is just a mess. Anyway, and then also if you're a more visual person and you really don't need the sound, you can always mute the video as well. Okay, so let's get right to it. Let's not waste any time here. Step 3, we're going to do the crochet tail, and we're starting off with the magic loop, and it's going to start off with 6 single crochet stitches. So like in every video, so you don't have to track back, I am going to show you how to do the magic loop. You want to grab a decent amount of yarn here, not too much I guess, but you want to wrap it around 2 times on your finger. If it's not long enough, you could just pull it like I'm doing here. But you want this little nub at the end of your finger like this, because you just want to place your middle finger over it to hold it down. And then we're going to grab our crochet hook that came with the kit, and we're just going to go under each of these pieces like that. And then I'm going to drag this hook back out, but I'm going to drag this piece here under these 2. So just drag that back under. And once we've done that, we have this little loop now. Now we can go ahead and yarn over some yarn, and I'm going to pull it through this loop to close that magic loop, as you can see here. So now we can remove this off your finger, and then we can begin our single crochet stitches. So what we're going to do is, before we start any round, we have to build the height of the round. So you want to chain 1. All that is a yarn over, and you pull through that loop, and you've created a chain. So to do a single crochet stitch, you're going to stick the hook into the magic loop. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And we've just created a single crochet stitch. Got the stitch here, the front and back loops of the stitch. Now let's walk that through one more time. Stick your hook into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches. You can see that clearly, the 2 stitches here. So now we just have to do this 4 more times, you guys. So again, you can always slow down or speed up the video as much as you need. Okay, and once you have your 6 stitches, then we're going to close this magic loop. So in order to close this magic loop, we have to pull this end here. You can pull it all the way out and hope for the best that these 2 front and back loops disappear, but it won't be easy. I've tried. So what we're going to do is we're gonna kind of grip the stitches down here, not too tight because you still want to be able to pull this end, but we're going to start pulling it, and then we're going to see which one of these loops start pulling in. So pull it out here, and you see that one of the loops is moving, this one here. So what you want to do is pull this end out, not the top end, this end that has the excess piece of yarn here. We're going to pull this out because the other loop will start pulling in. So let's start pulling, and you see that it's moving now. You're just helping it along. If you weren't to do this, it's going to be a lot harder to make this magic hole disappear. Yeah, just keep pulling till you can't anymore. You don't want to rip it also, so just do it enough to where it's kind of tight but not too tight. So now that we pulled that loop in to where it's disappeared, now we can grab the excess piece here and start pulling that and watch the other loop go like that. And again, pull enough to where it's closing, but don't pull too tight. You don't want to like rip it or anything. Okay, so we just closed our magic loop, and that's the whole point of it. The magic loop starts out very large and then ends up becoming very small to like nothing. So now we're going to count back 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to stick your hook into that 6th stitch, and you're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull up a loop and close that off. So now we've completed round 1. So let's move on to round 2. It's basically 6 single crochet stitches. Wow, the focus on this is not that great, but it is tiny to begin with and far, but that's a 6. So that's fairly easy. We just have to do 6 single crochet stitches. So what we got to do again, build that height. You want to yarn over, chain 1, and then we're going to do a single crochet stitch. So into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. One more time, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Oh no, I didn't mark it. All right. Like I said in my last video, you do want to use the needle that they provide you to mark it. But in this case, if you've forgotten to do that, you can either go back and find the spot. So we just did 2 stitches. This is the height stitch. So I believe, let's just put this here because it's tiny. I just want to show you guys something. So this is where you would put your marker. You can do that. That's probably best practice, but because I'm super lazy, let's do it this way. So I know I have 2 stitches, right? I forgot to mark it. Oh no, what do I do? Okay, let's say you're already down the road. No turning back now. So we did 2. Let's finish it. We got to do 4 more. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this would be the last stitch, right? Now, to find where you're at, just count back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so you will stick your hook into that 6th stitch, and you've completed that row. So it is possible, and it is very possible to do this without marking because it's such a small amount of stitches. But again, best practice is don't do that. Mark it up every time. Because the ring's going to get bigger, the stitches are going to get, there's going to be more of them, and yes, you can keep doing it this way, but what if you accidentally make a mistake? And that's the whole point of it. Sometimes I'll mark this up and I'll count my stitches thinking I got it right, and when I count back, the number won't be right. And I'm like, uh-oh. And, you know, I end up finding out I missed something. I added a stitch. You know, you never know what's going to happen. So always mark your stitches. So like I said in the last video as well, your piece, depending on what it is going to start curling in. It's already curling in. If you look at this underside, you've got this piece sticking out here. It looks a little not that pretty. If you kind of can look in here, you can see that center round. It's all nice, all individual by itself. You want to fold this inside out because you want the prettier side out. And then once I tuck this in here, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, because we did look at that side with the excess sticking out from it. But when we flip it onto this side, look how nice that is. This is round 1. This is round 2. So let's move on to round 3. Round 3, we have 7 stitches. So it looks like the last stitch we are going to be doing an increasing stitch. And in case you forgot from the part 1 video, this is the increasing stitch here. It's an X with a down arrow. And if you go up to the third round, 1, 2, 3, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochet stitches, and then the 6th one is the increasing stitch. So let's do that. Let's chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do our 5 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to remove the marker for the last stitch, and we're going to do an increasing stitch. And to do that, you just pretty much do 2 single crochet stitches in the same one. But stick your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then stick your hook back into that stitch, and yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we can go here, count 7, and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then we're going to mark it off. Okay. So now we're going to do round 4, and then we have to do 8 stitches, and it looks like the last stitch is going to be an increasing stitch. So we're going to chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do our 7 single crochet stitches, and then the last one will be 6 single crochet stitches, and then the last one is going to be an increasing stitch. Pull out the marker and do an increasing stitch. And then we're gonna count back and slip stitch to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then we're going to mark it up. And then we're going to do round 5, and round 5 says that we have to do 9 single crochet stitches, and again it looks like the last stitch is going to be the increasing stitch. Okay, so chain 1. Oh, I got my hook twisted, so untwist that. Okay, chain 1. And then we're going to be doing 7 single crochet stitches, and then the last one will be a double. Remove the marker, last stitch. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we're going to mark this off. Then we're going to do round 6. And we have to do 10 stitches, and that's going to be, again, the last stitch is an increasing stitch. So let's chain 1, and then we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches, and then the last one will be an increasing stitch. Remove the marker. Okay, so now I'm going to count back 10 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So last round, round 7, we're going to be doing 15 single crochet stitches. Just going to mark this off. Okay, and let's see where they have us increasing the stitch. So looks like single crochet stitch, increasing stitch, single crochet stitch, increasing stitch. Every other one is an increasing stitch, and we're ending with an increasing stitch. So let me just get some yarn here. And then I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to do a single crochet stitch. and then I'm going to do an increasing stitch. Single crochet stitch, increasing stitch, single crochet stitch, increasing stitch, single crochet stitch, increasing stitch, single crochet stitch, remove the marker, last one, increasing stitch. So now I'm going to count back 15 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. So we have our tail. Now, the directions say to leave yourself 5 inches. We're going to fasten this off. And how to do that is you just yarn over this piece here. And then we're going to pull it through the loop all the way out. Then we're going to go back and kind of tighten it up so that it doesn't loosen up or unravel. And then I can gather that we'll probably stuff it. If you want, you can stuff it now. Let me just do that. Since I'm already here, I have my own stuffing, you guys. The kit comes with stuffing. My stuffing's a little different from what you have. But yeah, so just get that in there. And then like we did with the head and the body, put enough to your liking, but just keep in mind that the kit doesn't give you that much. So you don't want to have all the stuffing put into one body part and then you don't have any left. That would be sad. Okay. So stuff my tail. And we can move on to the next piece, which is the crocheted legs. And this one is going to start with 8 stitches. So again, like we did, I'm going to do the magic loop. We're going to yarn over twice. A little bit too much, so I'm going to pull it back. Oh, now I pulled too much. Okay. All right. So just enough to do this. Stick your hook underneath the 3 pieces, drag it back out, drag this piece under these 2, and then to close this off, yarn over and pull through that loop. Now you can pull the magic loop off, and we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches. So I have a feeling like my focus is just not being what it should be. There. I think that's a lot better. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. So like we do with every round, we have to chain 1 for the height. Now we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. One more time, into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And now you're going to do this 6 more times. Okay. So now just double check to see that you have 8, 2, 2, 2. Okay. And like we did before, you're just gonna hold down these stitches so that you can start pulling this end piece. And we're gonna see which one is gonna end up pulling into the magic loop. And the back loop it did. If you didn't see that, it's that shorter one. I'm going to pull the bottom end out so as it gets smaller, because I actually did a decent job here. I gotta work tiny, but that's okay. Again, hold on to those stitches and then just start pulling out the loop that was going in, so that this other one, my front loop, will start going into the magic loop. Now for you guys, it's always going to be different. I can't say back loop will be your back loop as well. It could be the front loop. It all depends on how those loops roll around when you're removing it off your finger, you know. Okay, so now that we pulled that one loop and it's all gone, now we can go pull this last one here. So you just grab that excess piece and pull that along, and you're going to see that loop disappear. So we pretty much closed up this magic loop. I'm going to count back 6 stitches and we're going to slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then don't forget to mark off your round. And then we're going to do round 2. And round 2, this is actually going to be for rounds 2 and 3. So for the next 2 rows, we're going to have to do 8 stitches, and that's fairly simple. So we are going to do 8. First you have to build the height, chain 1. Now we're going to do 8 stitches. Last stitch, remove the marker. Okay. So now I'm going to count back 8 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to mark it off. And then, of course, it's curling in again, so you just want to curl it out. Let that pretty side show, and then tuck in this excess piece in there. And then we're going to do our 3rd row of 8 single crochet stitches. So let's chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do 8 single crochet stitches. My hook is getting stuck on something. Okay. Last stitch, pull the marker out. We're going to count back 8 and do a slip stitch. mark it. Okay, so now for round 4, it's actually going to pinch in on itself to 4 stitches, which means we're going to decrease every stitch, but this is where, you know, it's crazy why they make it this small, but I like to stuff. So let's try stuffing. I say stuff what you can now. Like this. Because as it tightens, it's gonna be really hard to distribute the yarn, the stuffing, into this cavity. Okay, so now we're gonna decrease every stitch. And the decrease is an X with a caret going up. Looks like a house. And then when you look here on round 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh wow, 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, 2, 3, 4. The first one is a decrease, second one's a decrease, third and fourth are decreases. So let's chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to start these decreasing stitches. You do that by into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then into the next stitch over, you're going to yarn over, pull up a loop. So now we have 3 on the hook. We're going to yarn over and draw through all 3. So we basically took 2 stitches and made them into 1. So let's do this again. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. And then yarn over and draw through all 3 loops. Again, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. Now we have 2 stitches left, just remove that one. Okay, so one more time, decreasing stitch, yarn over. All right, so now let's count back 4 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, and you see what I'm saying? How it gets so so small. You would not be able to fit your stuffing in there now. All right, let's mark it. And these are things that I picked up in the first video. So, you know, again, I've been asked, why do you leave your mistakes in? Because it's real. You know, we're doing this together. I'm advanced in crocheting, but even so, like, not everyone, no matter what level you are, is going to be able to understand and get some of these instructions, especially when they're not that great. And the construction of it all is not that great either, because, you know, they were expecting you to stuff it without, you know, thinking ahead, like, this is a tiny hole. Okay. Round 5. We have to go back up to 8, so we're going to increase every stitch. So let's chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do an increasing stitch for each stitch. So that's basically 2 single crochet stitches in each stitch. Okay, last stitch, pull out the marker. And then we're going to count back 8 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to mark this off. Okay, now we have 3 more rounds of 8, so this is going to be simple enough. So I'm just gonna grab some yarn and we're gonna do round 6. Okay, let me gather this up. First we're gonna chain 1 to get the height, then we're gonna do 8 single crochet stitches, last one, remove the marker, and we're going to count 8 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to mark it. Then we're going to do round 7, another 8 single crochet stitches, chain 1 for the height, and 8 single crochet stitches, move the marker, then I'm going to count back 8 and do a slip stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I'm going to mark it off. Then we're going to do the last round, round 8. Chain 1, 8 single crochet stitches. Last one, remove the marker. Then count back 8 stitches and do a slip stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to fasten this off by cutting up to 5 inches. Yarn over, pull up the loop all the way, and then we're going to tighten it a little bit. And then I'm just going to grab more stuffing. Let's see if this will be enough. And I'm just going to fill in the rest of this leg. Imagine if we were to try to put it through this bottleneck and then try to get it down here. That's what I did in the first video, my first try at this dinosaur, and it wasn't fun. Okay. So now we have our leg. It's an interesting leg. Okay. So you have to make 2 of these. I will be making the second leg off camera, but we're going to be moving on to the crocheted hand. So you can pause it right here, you can rewind and go back, but for the sake of the length of the video, I am going to just move over to the crochet hand, and we are going to stick with our green here, and once again we're going to do the magic loop. This off the finger, and this one's going to be 6 single crochet stitches, so you just have to chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. Now that we have 6 stitches on here, we're going to close the magic loop. Again, pull this piece here, see which loop goes in first, and it's this one. You want to pull this one from the same side as the extension or the excess and pull it out so that that other loop will close in and disappear into the loop, also making the hole of the loop smaller and smaller, as you see here. Okay. Once you've pulled that, then you can pull the excess piece here and make that other one follow in, and you've tightened up your loop. Then we're going to count back 6 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we finished our first round. Then for the next 2 rounds, we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. So chain 1 for the height. Oh, before I forget, let's mark this off. Put this in the last stitch that we made. I know we're doing dinosaurs, but click that like button if you think this looks like, if this gives you Donatello, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle vibes. Okay, we chained 1 and we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. last one, remove the marker. Then we're going to count back 6 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to flip inside out because, as you know, it tends to want to curl in on you. I'm going to stick this excess inside. It's going to act as our stuffing. And then, of course, I'm going to go and mark up the last stitch. Okay. And then we're going to do one more round, round 3. And it's going to be 6 single crochet stitches. I always get tongue-tied. But we're going to chain 1. We're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. Remove the marker. Okay, then I'm going to count back 6 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to fasten this off again, 5 inches. Then we're going to fasten it off. Tighten it up a little bit. So we have our crocheted hand. I don't know if we're gonna have to fill it. I might just get when we assemble, I'm gonna put another little piece in here. Okay, so last but not least, we have step 6, the crocheted spots. And for this one, I'm going to grab my yellow yarn here, and this one's going to be fun. So it looks like there's 2 spots. Let me just double check here. I mean, yeah, 2 spots, right? So funny. Okay. So, oh yeah, 2 spots. We're going to wrap this around, doing a magic loop. Same thing. You know, there's probably a better way to do this, but we'll just do it their way. Okay. So I'm going to drag this last piece under the 2 here. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop through that chain to close the magic loop. Then I'm going to do a chain to build the height of the round, and we're going to do 6 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, we're going to pull this side here, see which loop goes in. And for this back loop, I'm going to pull this side out to make that other loop go in. You see it going in there, slowly but surely. Once that's gone, then you can pull the excess, make that loop disappear. And then all we have to do now is count back 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and do a slip stitch. And we've completed the round, and that is actually the spot, so 5 inches. And we're going to fasten this off. So now that we're here and we finished this, I'm gonna just pause this video real quick, and I'm going to make the second leg and the second hand and the second spot. Then we'll come back in, and this might be included in this video. We're just gonna assemble it. Sorry. All right, be right back. Okay, so I did all the parts, and now we're gonna go to step 7, and let's just read this. Crochet the head of the dinosaur by following step 1. Follow the illustration and attach the plastic eyes and stuff with fiber fill stuffing before closing. Crochet the body and tail following steps 2 and 3 and stuff with fiber fill stuffing before closing. Join the head, body, and tail together following illustrations using green yarn and plastic needle. Crochet the legs and hands using steps 4 and 5. Pinch the soles of the feet following illustration using green yarn and plastic needle to get the feet shape. Next, attach the legs and hands to the body. Crochet spots following illustration 6 and attach the spots to the back. Yikes. Okay, so we have the head. I didn't close them. I guess we could close them now because it looks like the head's gonna be like sitting on the neck like this. So how you close this off, there's really no wrong way to do it, but just to show you how I'm going to do it in real time to finish this dinosaur, I'm just gonna arbitrarily pick some stitches and just sew it closed. Back and forth. You don't have to do it this way. You can go around and tighten it. It's all up to preference. Okay, and once I get there, I'm just going to find a spot, go in and out like this here. Then I'm going to stick this needle in twice. And you see it's gonna kind of create a knot. Just pull that tight. It's not the cleanest, but you know, it's a knot. Alright, so I'm gonna cut this off here. Let's remove this off of the needle, because we will need the needle again. That. Then I'm going to take my crochet needle or hook. I'm going to stick this just under the surface so I don't grab any stuffing by accident. If you do, it's not the end of the world. And then I'm going to just drag this piece into the head till it disappears. And if you have a hard time pulling it back out, just stick it through something else. So here we have our head. I'm going to put the eyes last, but it looks like it wants to be like this. I'll probably end up putting the eyes here. And then it's going to sit on the neck like that. Okay. So eyes will do last, stuffing, body, tail. Your illustrations are awesome. Not. Okay. So this is the body. And I'm going to sew this on. This kind of looks like a green Snoopy. Just like this. You also want to make sure you pick the right spot just by looking at it. Make sure this is on. I'm gonna lay this down flat. Hopefully it doesn't roll. I'm gonna put this on here. Okay. And I think this will be the front. This kind of wants to be a hump, will be the back. So now that I've got this, I want to place this. Just looking at the profile. And you know what, guys, it's not going to be perfect by any means. You may pick a spot and then you'll realize, ooh, that's a bad spot. There's not much you can do. You could always undo it, I guess. But I'm just gonna do this here. Okay. And I'm just gonna go all the way around. Running out of yarn here. Okay. Thinks that this thing is top heavy. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to okay. Now this is interesting. Does this still want to be? Alright, well I guess it can still be. Alright, here's my top heavy head with the body. Okay, yeah. Now I gotta take my tail. Where did my needle go? There it is. Okay, then I have to attach this. I don't know, like this. And again, you guys, I'm just finding random spots. So it's not really anything to think too much about when you're sewing. I guess if you could try to make it symmetrical, that's probably going to be the only thing that you would have to worry about if you are worrying about it. But to be honest, I'm just trying to make it center and just sew away randomly and hope for the best. I think I've got about 2 more stitches to go. And on this last one, I'm just gonna, because I'm running out of yarn, I'm gonna go ahead and try to sneak this in here twice. I hope. Okay, good. Alright, give that an extra tug and push. Okay. Well, I guess I could just remove this off of here. Okay. So I'm just gonna squeeze out the stuffing where I need it to be. Alright, so we have part of our dinosaur. The next thing we need to do is we have our leg, and it said to pinch it. I don't know. I'm just gonna try. I think I did this last time. I'm just gonna try sewing the pieces together. This is just some scrap piece. And I'm just gonna sew this to here. Like that, I guess. Kind of pinched. I don't know. Then I'm just gonna cut it short. Hope for the best. Okay. Then I'll do it with this other one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to attach the feet. doesn't look like 5 inches anymore. I guess it still is. Okay. And I need a close-up. I can't tell how this leg is attached. I guess it's attached to the body. Like this. Okay. Again, just picking random spots. Ouch. Okay. Oh, it came out. The other leg. Okay, then I gotta place this one. And again, the challenge is making it symmetrical. This little guy does have to stand. Oh dear. Okay. Or at least it stands up. Okay, we got a little dinosaur coming along here. Now I gotta do my hands. It's crazy because doesn't the hands look longer than these? It's crazy. Let's check the photo. There, you see? Look at this hand versus this one. I guarantee you they didn't finish. It was probably supposed to be longer, but they only have you do 3 rows. Whatever, folks. Okay. So let's just attach these little nubbies. T-Rex arms, as they say. I guess I want them to be in line with the legs. So And again, I am just picking random spots, okay? They don't really tell you where, they just show you with the illustrations. So don't beat yourself up if you feel like you didn't sew it in the right spot, because you could always just remove it and try again. Last one. Oh my gosh, this thing is too funny. We've got all the body parts attached. I'm going to attach the spots, and then I'm going to finally sew in the eyes. Alright. So, since this is kind of inside already, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this outside piece, see right there, we're going to tie it towards the center of this excess piece here. So make sure when you pull it, it goes towards the center like that. You see how it's more towards, it's leading towards the center. Tie it twice. Just to secure it. Okay, that way you have excess in the middle. Let's just use the longer piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that short, and I'm going to thread this through the needle. And now I'm just going to pick a random spot, I guess, on this back here. Like that. See, so that's how it's nice and clean. Then just gonna, I guess, find a moment and pierce through without poking through the other side. Like that. Then I want to find another area to anchor it down. We're just going to do this one more time. Find a moment. Pierce it through, but not through the other side. Okay, and then I'm just going to attach this. But now I'm going to do this and tighten it. So we got that on there, and then we're going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to hold this center piece where it is, and I'm going to tie this one that's on the outside. I'm going to tie it so that it wraps around the excess in the center. So it's going to pull. You see that it's pulling. Don't pull too much. Oops. I'm going to do it twice. Okay. I'm going to cut this, the shorter one, shorter. And then they've got it on the tail. So I guess we can put it on the tail. Oh no. There it is. And then I'm going to grab some black yarn and I'm going to sew on the eyes. Okay, I have my black yarn here. And I am going to sew it. And let's see if we can look at a bigger picture instead. So they have the eyes in the back. I don't like that. I feel like they should be, I guess they could be here. These two spots. Alright, let's just do that and hope for the best. Because I'm not too sure. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this side. I'm going to try to tie it to where I could always cut it off, but tie it to where there's not a lot of excess. Let's see if I can tie this twice. Okay. Now. Alright. Then I'm going to maybe kind of come around to the other side here of the head, like that. That way I can kind of pinch the head like this. We are near the finish line. Okay, you guys, so exciting. Here's my dinosaur with the eyes. I guess this is not as big as this one, but you know, whatevs. And it stands, which is great. Now let me show you guys the one that I did the first time. And mind you, it does look different because different yarn, and I did tighter stitches because I was worried about running out. When you have your own yarn, you don't have to worry so much, but this is what it looks like. It's not that bad. It's doing more of a split than anything. And then this one is just sitting back, enjoying life. But look how cute these are, you guys. This one's a little too big for the screen there. Spooning. The mama and the baby. Ay, ay. Let's get this out of the way here. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I was able to do this in only 2 videos, so that probably means I'm getting better at this. Stick to it. This is not an easy kit. It's not. It says it's for beginners. I don't believe that. At any rate, join me again. I'm going to be doing all of the characters in Lefty. I do have my righty videos. I'll be leaving all the crochet videos in the playlist at the end of this one. So thank you so much for watching. This is IsmsbyJBM. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.